Good morning. It's about 8 a.m., February 3rd, 2022 on the East Coast of the United States. And this morning, well, let me tell you this. Just a few days ago, it was 25 degrees around this time. This morning, it's 60 degrees. You see, I've got shirt sleeves on, a t-shirt on. So this morning, I am going to try a new coffee. This is World Exploration's Cape Town Envivo Lungo. And this is the pretty capsule. This little capsule has Indian Arabicas and Robustas and Mexican Robusta. And it's supposed to have a spicy, woodsy flavor. I say flavor, notes to it. I shouldn't say flavor because these are not flavored coffees. The, quote, flavor that you taste is actually the coffee itself. It's not anything added to it because different coffee beans, depending on how they're roasted, have different, what we would call flavors, but there are terms like notes and aromas and things like that. So one of the things I read, let me get my water started heating up in my Pixie here. One of the things that I read is that if you want to really tell the true aroma of an espresso, to go ahead and smell it before you stir that crema in. So let's just review a little bit here. An espresso is 1.35 ounces, but a lungo, which is what this is made to be brewed as, that funny noise is my machine telling me the water's hot. A lungo is 3.7 ounces. So we'll close this up and we get close and watch it. So I'm going, there's an espresso button and a lungo button. So I press the lungo button. So the machine will make, it will extract this, the coffee capsule up to 3.7 ounces. So it is pushing that water under a great deal of pressure through that aluminum capsule. It's poked holes in it, and there we have it. Oh, a luscious, thick crema there. My goodness. We'll let that finish dripping out. Okay, so smells good. Okay, and we should always fold the crema in. Now, I've read some reviews on this, and some of them said it's best to drink it black. Nespresso recommends a splash of milk. I always like to taste the spoon I was stirring it with. Sometimes that can be a little bitter because the crema tends to be bitter because it has such a concentration of oils from the coffee on it. So let me give this a try. So one of the things I read, and you know, it's so easy to be influenced by what you read. You know, like if it says there are certain notes in the coffee, like let's say there are vanilla notes, for instance, not this one, but on another coffee, then it's very easy to think you're detecting vanilla, whereas if they hadn't told you that, you wouldn't have thought that at all. Anyway, but one of the things I read is that there's a bitterness on the tongue with this that lingers, which there is, and that it's pleasant. So, yep, there's a bitterness. I don't particularly care for that kind of bitterness, though. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put, like Nespresso recommends, a splash of milk. Why not? I'm very accustomed to having coffees with milk. It's almost like a psychological thing. I like them better that way. Okay. I don't know what constitutes a splash. That kind of looked like a splash, right? It colored the coffee a little bit, lightened it up. Let's see. This definitely has smoothed out that bitterness. It really has. I read that this is a really good coffee to have in the morning because it'll wake you up. I think part of it is because of the, bit of bitterness in it. But when I say bitter, it is a good kind of bitter. It's a lively sort of thing rather than, ooh, this is too bitter. You know what, I'm going to put a little more milk in. I would say that altogether I've got maybe 2.5 splashes. Okay. Why do I always lick my spoon off? I'm going to answer this question. Because if I put it down while it's still wet with a lot of coffee, I always put it on a napkin. And then the napkin is going to partially, some of the paper might dissolve from the wetness of the coffee and then stick to the spoon. And the next time I pick it up, I will not only have spoon, I'll have napkin too. So I always lick it off before I put it back down. That's the plain and simple reason. All right, I'll give this a try with its approximately 2.5 splashes of milk in Cape Town Envivo Lungo. Lungo being the size, 3.7 ounces. So it's not an espresso, it's a Lungo. And I find this much nicer. Okay, if you like a bitterness in your coffee, don't put any milk in it. But if you'd like a coffee with, I don't want to say it's got character. I don't know what it is about this. It's not like Napoli. It's not like Ristretto. It's not like the Italian, the Inspirazione Italiana coffees. It's different, but it's really nice. It's a strong cup of coffee, but with the milk, for me, it's nice and smooth. This is so fun trying these different things. So, oh, wait. Let's look up. Do I have the caffeine count on this? Let me see. Yes, okay. So my caffeine chart says 99 milligrams. I was reading someplace else 110 milligrams. This has been a coffee for Nespresso for several years. And remember, when something is a plant or something that grows, it may not have the same contents year to year. In fruits and vegetables, vitamins and minerals vary. They're not exactly the same from year to year or from crop to crop, location to location. So, there can definitely be a variation. But let's just say a typical American cup of coffee would have 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. So this has, we'll say, around 100. Of course, this is less than half the size of an American cup of coffee. So you have 2 of these, you got yourself the caffeine content of a regular American cup of joe. Have a great day.